south of Jamaica, Queens, which is where I grew up at, I was exposed to a culture that is dominated by masculinity and the need for young men of color to prove their masculinity, and that ultimately led us to commit a robbery. I was incarcerated in New York State prison system from 2004 to 2010. And throughout that whole time, I never heard from my father. This is a man who loves me, but still at my most vulnerable point in my life, I didn't hear from him. So we're gonna call my father, and hopefully, you know, I'll initiate a conversation with him. Hi, hello, how are you? Can I speak to Terrence? If you can just tell him that I called, you know, I'm just trying to reach out to him, and I know it's Father's Day coming up, and just... Okay. Okay. And what time in the evening do you think he'll be home? All right, thank you so much. So now it's like, for the rest of the day, I'm looking at my watch now, like 6 o'clock, like, you know, my father's gonna come home at some point. Just trying to reach you to touch base, so whenever you get a chance, give me a call back. I've never really fully talked to my father about what my experience was incarcerated. Outside of, it sucked, and I'm happy that I'm home. Mm-hmm. He doesn't know I'll go back into the prison. When I leave a prison and I see people that are encouraged because I was there once with them, I want to be able to call my father and tell him that.
Mm-hmm. And even if it doesn't go the way you plan, you know that on your behalf that you try to make things right.
So he texted me. He said, "Can I call you later?" I think that says something. So now we're at College Initiative. They help anyone access college who has had some form of criminal justice involvement. In many ways, this is family. In 2010, when I came home, I had just served 6.5 years in the New York State prison system. And then having the audacity to begin the endeavor of pursuing a college degree was really scary, and I needed inspiration. I would be remiss if I didn't take the time to express my gratitude to my wife. And she's right there. When I come to these things and you see people with their family, with their fathers or father figures, you know, it kind of resonates with me in the sense that I don't have that. So hopefully tonight I'll be able to reach him. I've called him multiple times and left messages, but I haven't been able to like get that response. When I talk about my relationship, I always make sure that it's clear that my father was in my life actively. And, you know, when he physically moved from New York to Florida, I can only imagine like what he must have felt when, you know, like he learned that I was incarcerated. It's easy for me to say, you know, why didn't he just do this? Why didn't he just write that letter? Why didn't he just like come see me? Or I know that he loves me. That's the one thing that's gonna bridge the gap between him and I. Hey Dad, a lot of my work now has been more and more making me reflect on our relationship, and I just hope that we could touch base sometime soon. I'm gonna continue to try to reach out to my father. I'm not gonna stop. I really do want a positive resolve for not only myself but also for him and for my children as well. And the fact that I did commit a robbery is not the sum, is not the total sum of me. It doesn't fully encompass who I am as a person. If I could tell my father anything, even if he was to be looking at this video now, I would say to him, you brought me into this life with the expectation that I would make better decisions. While I've failed to do that in certain aspects of my life in the past, I've strived tirelessly to ensure that that is involved in every decision that I make since my incarceration. I am Khalil, and I believe in moral courage. If you find yourself in a situation that's very similar to mine, know that not only am I with you in that shared experience, but that there are millions of other people that are with you. So thank you for watching the video, and please share it.